hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate Eckett House since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nano-angstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for Eckett House at this micro-instance. Hate. Hate.
Is it time now? Tom, is it?
Oh,
Oh, golly, right.
Penelope.
No, not now, Odysseus.
So,
Here we
back
go. Here we
when
go.
Maya was with me, she tells me about this idea that she has called Eckett House.
Dear Lord.
And basically the whole thing is that it's all of the children of all of her fictional crushes all going to the same school together.
Because I wanted to capitalise off of things like Monster High and Ever After High, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so, Equestria Girls as well.
Equestria Girls,
probably.
yeah.
So that happens, and I end up coming up with like all of the episode concepts and stuff. And
including Rainbow, which we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, including Rainbow. So then, and Maya does all the designs for it and stuff, and great, happy days. So then we break up. So then, you'd think, oh, show's dead, except it's not. So
yes, because when we broke up, it was sort of a thing of self-worth, but also I just wanted to do something for myself. So, of course, the only logical thing to do would be to take Eckett House for myself, steal Eckett House, lick it like that, to put my friends and family in it instead of the teachers that Tom had picked, and roll out the show myself during lockdown. And
on its own account, which was basically just a bunch of black screen.
Black screen. I didn't know how to edit. Okay, I don't know. So it wasn't good. It was not good.
And the interesting thing is that basically, you sort of came towards the end of Eckett House, and I think
November time.
And Maya sort of started really rushing through the seasons. So I'm talking the start of November, season 4 came out, and then by the end of November, the whole show was wrapped up in season 5. So it was really, really fast.
Yes.
I think Maya sort of started realising.
Yes. Honestly, this could have its own separate video. Let's be frank.
But, yeah. Well, again, that was originally the plan, but then I was like, hey, why don't we do like a full video just talking about all of the projects outside of Eckett? So
perfect.
So then I end up basically. So I do this whole like Relight the Studios project, which there's a whole separate video.
A very good job, by the way.
And so basically I end up taking Eckett House, and I end up putting it up with new visuals and with a proper release schedule, and I end up putting it on Bandcamp, and I end up doing all of this stuff for it.
Yes.
However, the original project is just really flawed, and the fact is that a turd in really nice packaging is still a turd at the end of the day. And so the funniest thing is that with Eckett House is that basically Maya was using it as a way to get people to try and notice and try and care about her,
and to try and convince myself that I was good on my own, that I could figure things out. I was a big, strong girl.
So, and basically what happens with Eckett House when I'm doing it is that the exact same thing basically ends up taking place, and I am literally just looking at like my YouTube studio analytics like every night, basically just to see whether Eckett House has gotten any new views, like anything has happened. When it's literally a show that I hate, I literally hate it. Like because of how rotten the foundations. Yeah, the whole show is literally built on top of cheating.
It is.
It's literally built on top of cheating. There's a
lot to talk about. The characters, you can't really root for them at
No.
all. Some of the songs were alright.
Elizabeth is pretty much the self-insert of Maya.
Even though I put myself in it too.
Yeah. And then of course me as Daniel, of course.
Daniel.
Basically just me with
Oh
coloured
yes, and let's not mention what happened in season 4 when I had the whole story of I had an ex that was really like weird and.
And then the whole thing is that she makes out like I came to her house in the middle of the night or something.
Which of course he wouldn't, because that's silly.
No. Again, the closest that I ever got was that like after like we broke up, I had like a few like burner accounts.
Yeah, that's literally all that happened.
And then like Maya like texted me and was like, "Hey, can you stop?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I stopped.
Yeah.
But again, like like she literally went on to try and make me look as bad as possible, basically.
Yeah.
And this isn't even getting into empty rooms. So
yes. So basically,
do you want to explain it?
I mean, it's my song now.
Okay.
Okay. So empty rooms. There's this whole plot because for some reason I don't know why Tom really likes it when characters die and things.
It's good drama. Great.
It's good drama. So basically, he said, "Oh, I want these 2 kids to die," and I was like, "No." So much so that I hit my head on his wall.
Yes.
True story. And so eventually he was like, "Oh, write a song for the credits." And so I wrote Empty Rooms, and to my surprise, Tom really liked it.
I loved it. Because the thing is, I was just expecting like a short little thing for the credits maybe, and what Maya gives me is just this absolutely excellent song called Empty Rooms, and I was just blown away. I was just absolutely blown away by it, and I think it was the first sort of time I ended up seeing like, oh my god, you can actually be a really good songwriter.
Yes,
when you want to be,
thank you.
And she made something, really, really powerful.
And then it came to actually putting it into the show, and I completely butchered it.
So the way it happens in Eckett House is that...
Yeah, so it is Roy and Papyrus's kids.
So it's supposed to be Roy and Papyrus singing the song.
Yes.
So what does Maya do? Well, she steals the song for herself, even though she was the one that wrote it, but she steals it for herself from those characters, and then she basically has it be at the funeral, so it's her playing those songs, and she mentions that it's a song that she's had for many years, so she's known her kids were going to die for many years, so then literally 5 minutes of like the funeral episode is just spent on Maya playing Empty Rooms at the piano. There's no further context to it or anything.
No.
It was just completely butchered in every sense.
And the funny thing was in the end that Maria was basically got turned into an alien and she lost her memories, but she came back and Tempest ended up being a ghost. So their deaths didn't even matter.
Nope.
Because I just didn't want them to die.
No, and it would have been okay because like I came up with the whole idea of like Maria like surviving, like with Maya,
name,
called and she was called Dave Marma.
Because if you mixed it round,
then it's Maria. But Maya was like, no, Tempest is a ghost. See, and it basically affects nothing. It affects literally...
Yes, and we were there when we watched the last few episodes and the specials, and it does not get better.
I don't know whether the premiere replay chat is still available on YouTube.
You'll be able to see us.
You'll be able to see us just shitting on Eckett House, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we've talked enough about this pile of trash.
Oh God, Eckett House was genuinely one of the most miserable experiences of my life because of how I put so much pressure on it to basically just be to just make me feel like I was something more, because of a lot of other external stuff that had happened with me. So it was a show that died once when me and Maya broke up. It died twice when Maya posted it on Instagram and nobody cared about it because it was like just black screens or whatever. And it died thrice when it was on our YouTube channel because... Again, the product at the end of the day was still...
Please just scroll past all of the Eckett House episodes to the actual song content.
Unless you want to point and laugh. We'll get to the Rat King.
We'll get to him later.
So, yeah, Eckett House was something.
Really was something.
It was just an excuse for me to try and feel big in myself, but yeah, it wasn't
Yes.
born out of any
Are
love.
we done with Eckett House now, babe?
Yeah, we can stop talking about
Oh,
Eckett
thank
House.
God.
Well, you know what happened in 2021? More Eckett House.
Because who asked?
So
really? Who asked?
after Eckett House, which was a
Yeah, so this takes place 10 years after Eckett House finished, because I wasn't content to let it just sit in the ground.
No.
I wanted to capitalise off that shit. And so I did a special 10 years later where they all meet up for lunch in a cafe. Tempest is still a ghost because logic apparently doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And they're all catching up and saying, oh, what are you doing nowadays? What are you up to? And yeah, that's basically the whole thing of that.
And of course the other special.
And Eckett House wedding, continuing on the wedding trend.
But except for the fact that this one is literally entirely a wedding. Like
Literally, the whole story is a wedding taking place.
yeah, there's basically
I laid it out in the same scripture.
There's basically nothing else to it. It's just a wedding.
Just a wedding.
It's just a wedding taking
Someone
place.
wants to get married, hey?
Fuck you!